Bernie Gardner from Tauranga. So we started doing a bit of a bike and then a bit of a walk. We were biking from Nelson to Kaiteriteri, and then we did use that as a starting point for the Abel Tasman. The logistics of actually trying to organise, a family, it's sort of, you're catering for a mum and a dad and then sort of 3 younger fellas, and so it was like, well, how are we just going to make this work? And then if we go there, can we actually get picked up, all this sort of carry on. I gave the office a call, spoke to Bernie and sort of said, well, this is what we want to achieve. We had a general concept and she just seemed to click and get it straight away, and so it's like, oh, sweet, you want to do this, this is an option, we can dovetail this, and it was like, oh, perfect. Found out later that they've actually got kids sort of similar ages and stuff like this, so it's sort of innate, when we're talking stuff around like, oh, they'd love to do this, or this type of thing, they were sort of dialed into that already. And yeah, I think they're just super attentive, like they always sort of checked in, you'd get the text, how was your day, what's your accommodation like, are you good to meet at this time, all this sort of carry on. So no, they're bloody awesome, couldn't recommend them highly enough. We were flying down obviously, and it was like, look, do you happen to know if we can take some of this stuff on a flight? And they were like, well, actually, rather than mucking around with that, why don't you actually just hire some of ours? And so it was like, it was just perfect. It saved us a heck of a lot of mucking around, and yeah, it's just super convenient. I think they just sort of got it really, they understood, we had a bit of a general concept of what we wanted to achieve, and then they had a whole lot of options and fine tuning to make that work, and we weren't particularly bothered by some of that stuff. It was like, they actually left a whole lot to the imagination, so they gave you maybe 5 options, and what you made of those was your own. So they were helpful but not super prescriptive. I couldn't recommend them highly enough. It's a no-brainer. For me, and I actively will be recommending them.